Recently, with the help of HBO Max, I spent 2 hours of my life watching Space Jam 2: A New Leg. And right after, I went on Twitter, the home of the critics, to see what people thought. And oh man, it's either a great, superior sequel or the worst thing of all time. So, thinking of views, I waited too long and started making this video. But, here's my opinion. Space Jam 2: A New Lebron is a weak plotted, predictable Warner Brothers ad that is enjoyably bad. The movie follows LeBron and his son, LeBron Jr., or something like that. And LeBron is just a hardo dad who wants his son to play ball, but his son wants to be a game designer, and his dad just doesn't understand. That's not his dream, Bron! That's not his dream! To make it short, LeBron insults Don Cheadle, who sucks him into the Warner Brothers universe and challenges Bronny to a b-ball game for his son and his life. So Bronny grabs the Looney Tunes from Warner Brothers products and plays basketball. Pretty simple. A little too simplified, but pretty simple. Now personally, this son stuff is just lame and cheesy, and Bron's halftime epiphany made me laugh. It was so bad. However, LeBron is not as bad as an actor as people are saying. I'd actually argue that he was better than MJ in the original Space Jam, honestly.
You guys are nuts.
And he had a few good moments. He just doesn't have he doesn't have great emotional range. And for some reason, when he's voice acting, he just doesn't put his all into screaming.
No.
I don't know why. He plays basketball, it's not like he needs his voice. Come on now. As the rest of the cast goes, Don Cheadle was the best actor in this movie by far, although his sidekick is a very Minion-esque character where they just don't speak a human language and are objectively adorable. Zendaya, who was advertised really big in this movie, is not really in it. I mean, Lola has a few lines, but not a lot, so I honestly wouldn't have even known it was her if it wasn't in every single trailer. The other voice actors were also pretty good, and LeBron's fake son was acceptable for what he was dealing with, which was CGI in 90% of his scenes. I can't imagine that's easy for any actor, never mind a kid actor. Everyone else was unforgettable, and I don't remember anyone's name. Now, personally, my biggest gripe with this movie was the fact that it was 2 hours long. The b-ball game was almost half of the movie, and Porky Pig rapped for 2 minutes. But the actual basketball scenes were enjoyable. It was just when they were talking and just the dialogue and the weird conflict just wasn't great. The Goon Squad was pretty cool, and when they were getting smushed by them, it was pretty nice. And when they came out in the halftime, it was really good. Just like when they weren't playing basketball, it dragged. I mean, honestly, this movie could have been 2 totally different movies, and I probably would have liked them both. Now you may be wondering what the movies would be. One movie would just be Bronny and Bugs searching for the Warner Brothers properties and gathering the Looney Tunes, like the first half of the movie was. They were all taken, and they have to get them back. I honestly thought the first half of the movie was better than the second half. I very much enjoyed them looking for Looney Tunes. The other plot would have just been the basketball, which wasn't horrible, but isn't as enjoyable as the first half. It would have been an obvious ad, but it would have been an entertaining one, so I don't really care. However, we kind of just get this Ready Player One movie with basketball. And actually, my biggest gripe is that in a kids movie, littered with Warner Brothers properties, why is the courtside filled with Pennywise, Game of Thrones, and these guys who apparently are perverts? I haven't seen the movie, but they're allegedly creepy guys. I would have given this movie a 10 out of 10 if I just saw some Cartoon Network characters just scattered in the movie. But instead, I see King Kong, Game of Thrones, Pennywise, and Harry Potter. The only Cartoon Network character I saw was Space Ghost Coast to Coast, and he's kind of an Adult Swim character anyway. And don't say Rick and Morty, because they're Adult Swim too. Now, besides Porky and the humans, the movie can be pretty funny. Daffy obviously remains the funniest, but when the tunes are wacky, it feels like a much better movie than when they aren't. Also, the MJ fake out with Michael B. Jordan was pretty funny. I actually really liked it. But the worst, the cringiest, the actual worst part, and my biggest all-time gripe with this movie was when they tried to kill off Bugs Bunny and have it be emotional in this children's comedy cash grab. This isn't Toy Story 3 or Monsters Inc. They didn't earn that. Then they brought him back as if it wasn't expected. I couldn't stop laughing. My stomach was killing me. It was so ridiculous. He faded away into the stars and they had a statue of him. I was like, what is going on? This is horrible. Now, was Space Jam 2: A New Lagoon bad? Yes. Will I recommend you watch it? With friends? Absolutely. By yourself? Sure, you'll still kind of enjoy it, but if you're with friends, it will be 10 times better. This is a bad movie, but so was the last one. Stop acting like this is a horrible sequel to a god tier movie. This isn't The Phantom Menace compared to The Empire Strikes Back. It's Michael Jordan's bad acting basketball movie with Looney Tunes compared to LeBron's bad acting basketball movie with Looney Tunes. They are the same thing, just with a little bit of little differences and a lot more ads in one of them. This movie is cringy, it's funny, it's cheesy, it's predictable, and it is fun as hell. Go watch it. 6 out of 10. Bye bye.